Okay, I hope all are clear with the first two methods, that is simple average and weighted average. What formula you're supposed to use for simple and for weighted, and we had also covered problem where you have to do some kind of adjustments for the previous year's profit and then go ahead in applying the formula. Okay, so I hope the videos of these two problems were clear. I mean, these two methods were clear. In this video, we'll go ahead with the next method, which is called capitalization of average profit. So in this capitalization of average profit also you have two. One is net assets approach, the other one is liability approach. This liability approach is also called as your actual capital employed approach. Both means the same. So under your net approach also you have three steps. Under liability also you have three steps. These are very simple steps that you have to follow. If you just follow the steps, you will get the hang of the problem. Okay, so I will just start explaining the theory part and then we'll solve the problem on this. I am giving the heading as your second main method. This is, which will be called as your capitalization of average profit method. Okay, so as we have already told, there are two methods in this. One is your net assets and the other one is your liability approach. Okay, this is net asset approach and this is your liability approach. So first we'll solve the problem on net asset and then I'll tell you about liabilities. Okay, so under your net asset approach, I'm writing the first one, which is your net assets approach. Under your net asset approach, there are three steps that you have to follow. Okay, step 1, you have to calculate capitalized value of business. Okay, we call this as CVB, capitalized value of business. The formula for calculating your capitalized value of business is CVB is equal to future maintainable profit divided by normal rate of return, the whole into 100. Okay, this information will be given in the problem. Into 100 is common. You have to find out what is future maintainable profit. Future maintainable profit is nothing but your previous year's profit. If there is any kind of adjustments to be made for those profit, after making adjustments, it will be called as future maintainable profit. Okay, so this is step number 1. Going ahead with step number 2. In your step number 2, we are supposed to calculate net tangible assets. Okay, step number 2 is calculation of your net tangible asset, which is your NTA. NTA is given by the formula tangible assets minus your outside liability will give you the formula of net tangible asset. Okay, that is step number 2. In your step number 3 is the actual calculation of goodwill. So here your goodwill will be step 1 minus step 2. That is your CVB minus NTA will give you the value of goodwill. So these 3 steps you have to follow if the problem is asking you to do under net assets approach. Now we'll see another 3 steps if the problem is asking you for liabilities approach. Okay, it is either called as liabilities approach or it is called as capital employed approach. Okay, both means the same. So we'll see for liabilities approach, where again you have to do 3 steps. Step number 1, instead of calculating your capitalized value, here you will be calling it as your calculation of, or calculate normal capital employed, that is NCE. Okay, normal capital employed, where your NCE, if you see, your NCE will be of same formula, future maintainable profit divided by NRR into 100. So your step number 1 for your net asset and for your liabilities, if you see, it is the same formula, no change. But there we call it as capitalized value, here we call it as normal capital employed, both means the same. Step number 2, here you calculate average capital employed. Okay, we calculate average capital employed. So again, your average capital employed is given by the formula paid up capital plus if there is any reserves plus if there is any surplus minus if you already have a goodwill which is given in the problem, that has to be minused. Okay, so this is a formula for your average capital employed. Step 3 is same. We calculate your goodwill, which is step 1 minus step 2. Therefore, your goodwill is your normal capital employed minus your average capital employed. This is a formula for step number 3. So capitalization of average profit has 2 methods. One is net assets and the other one is your liabilities. Net assets also you have to follow these 3 steps, where it is simple formula. You just have to apply the formula and you will get the value. Actual problem is in calculating this profit. You have to make the adjustments correctly to get the right amount for this. Under your liabilities approach also we have 3 steps. Again an easy step. Again here you have to be careful in calculating your profit. Okay, so let us do a problem so that you will understand in detail. So please copy the question before we start the problem. Okay. From the following information, ascertain the value of goodwill of G Company Limited according to capitalization method under both net assets and actual capital employed approach. So they are asking you to do the capitalization method. They want it under both the approaches. Whether you do your net asset or your liabilities, your answer will be the same. Okay, so the question has given you a balance sheet here. You have shareholders fund, share capital 1 lakh, reserves 20,000, bank overdraft 15, creditors 10, and short term provision for income tax 5,000. Under your non-current assets, we have tangible fixed assets 85, intangible, which is a goodwill 5,000, stock in trade 37,500, and debtors 22,500. And they've told under share capital there are 10,000 equity shares of 10 each, which is fully paid 1 lakh. Under reserves and surplus, it is from P&L appropriation 20,000. Tangible fixed assets are your land and building, plant and machinery. The company commenced its operation in the year 2011 with a paid up capital of 1 lakh as stated above. The profits earned before providing for income tax have been given for you. Whenever you have profit before income tax, you should always minus the income tax and then only take it for your calculation. Keep that in mind. Okay, now the profits have been given for you from 2012 15, then 2013 20, 2014 15, and 2015 30. Income tax is at the rate of 30% payable on the profits of the above years. Dividends have been distributed from the profits of the above years at an average rate of 10%, which is treated as a reasonable return expected on the capital invested in the business. So this is a rate of return which is already given in the question. You have profits, you have tax percentage, you have normal rate of return given. So only thing that you have to do is you have to adjust these profit. When I tell adjust these profit, all these profit for all the years is before income tax. So what you have to do, you have to minus the tax and find out how much is a profit after deducting the tax. That when you do, we call that as a future maintainable profit. So let us see how you have to go ahead with that. So under capitalization method, this is a first problem, and I am first starting off with my net assets method or net assets approach, where your step 1 is CVB is equal to FMP divided by NRR into 100. So first we should calculate FMP. So how do you calculate that FMP? I just write here calculation of future maintainable profit. You have years given for you and then the profit. Years is 4 years starting from 2012, 2013, 2014 and 2015. Profit for 2012 is 15,000, 20,000, again 15,000, and then last one is 30,000. So all these profits is before tax. No other adjustment is given. So I simply minus tax at 30%. Okay, 15,000 30%, 20,000 30%, 15,000 30%, and 30,000 30%. That is how you have to calculate. So do one by one. 15,000 30% is 4,500. Okay, then 20,000 30% is 6,000. This is again 4,500, and this is 9,000. So 15,000 minus 4,500 will give you 10,500. 20 minus 6 is 14. 15 minus 4.5 is again 10,500. 30 minus 9 is 21,000. So whatever profit you have got now, this will be called as profit after tax, or they are also called as your future maintainable profit. But since it is not given for 1 year, you have future maintainable profit for all the years. So we take the average of it. Okay, that I'll tell you. So I hope up till here it is clear to all. I had just taken the profits minus the tax and I've called this as my profit after tax. So now we'll apply the formula. So therefore your future maintainable profit you have for 4 years. So together we'll write it for all the 4 years. So that is total profit divided by number of years. I'm just taking the average of my all the years profit so that I get the right amount for future maintainable profit. Okay, so when you take the total profit, you get 56,000 for all the years divided by number of years is 4. So my future maintainable profit is 14,000. Okay, therefore your CVB is equal to 14,000 divided by normal rate of return is 10, which is already given in the question, into 100. So when you substitute this, you will get 1,40,000, which is called as my CVB. Next is step number 2. So with the step number 2, we calculate your net tangible asset, which is given by the formula as your tangible asset minus outside liability. This is a formula that is given. So we have to calculate tangible asset and we have to calculate outside liability. So first let me calculate tangible asset and then outside liability. Okay. So tangible asset is equal to, so look into the balance sheet of the question here. You have all the assets given. Under non-current, you have tangible fixed assets 85, intangible is there, inventory is there, trade receivable is there. But as per our formula, we only want tangible assets. Whether it is fixed or current, it is fine, but we want only tangible. So which are the tangible assets you will take? 85,000. This is intangible, so you will not take. Inventories 37,500, trade receivable 22,500. Okay, they have asked tangible asset, they did not ask only tangible fixed asset, so you have to take fixed as well as current. So 85 plus 37,500 plus 22,500. Outside liability, under your outside liability, what you will take? You will take bank overdraft, which is 15,000, creditors 10,000, and short-term provision for income tax 5,000. These two will come under your liabilities approach. They will not come in your asset approach. They will come only in the liabilities. Okay. So when they talk about outside liability, only this current liabilities should be considered as outside liabilities. Okay. So now a tangible asset, as I've already told you, it is 85,000 plus 37,500 plus 22,500. This you will get 1,45,000. Outside liability 15,000 plus 10,000 plus 5,000, you will get 30,000. Okay, the substitute in the formula. Therefore, your NTA is equal to 1,45,000 minus 30,000. You will get as 1,15,000. This is my step number 2. Now let us calculate your step number 3. Step number 3 is your actual calculation of goodwill, which is step 1 minus step 2, that is CVB minus NTA. Therefore, your goodwill is equal to 1,40,000 minus 1,15,000. You get the goodwill to be 25,000. Okay, now this is called as your net asset approach. Similarly, we'll do for liabilities approach or average capital employed approach. Both means the same. Okay, same step 1 using the formula. You all know what is the formula. Actual formula is your normal capital employed, which is given by FMP divided by NRR into 100. FMP remains the same. There is no any change. Whatever we have calculated, this only will be continued even for the liabilities also. So FMP is 14,000 divided by 10 into 100. So step 1 remains the same, which is 1,40,000. No change. Now coming to step number 2. In your step number 2, we calculate your average capital employed. And your average capital employed is given by the formula paid up capital plus reserve plus surplus minus goodwill at cost. Goodwill at cost means goodwill which is already there in the balance sheet. Now this I've already told you. Coming to your liabilities approach, paid up capital is 1 lakh. Okay, here also it is 1 lakh. They've clearly told you paid up capital is 1 lakh. Reserves and surplus both together they have given 20,000. And see if you have a goodwill at cost. Yes, there is a goodwill at cost at 5,000. So let us substitute this. Paid up capital is 1 lakh. Reserve and surplus both together is 20,000. minus goodwill at cost is 5,000. So my average capital employed comes to be 1,15,000. Same amount. So step number 3. Goodwill is equal to NCE minus ACE. That is 1,40,000 minus 1,15,000. Again here you get the goodwill to be same. So whether you use your net asset approach or whether you use your liabilities approach, in both you will get the same answers. Okay. What you have to remember is you have to remember the formula. Since it is a multiple choice question, you have to know the formula of every problem that we do, because only with those formula you should substitute and you should find what is the right answer. Okay. I hope this method is clear to all. If you just follow the steps, it will be easy for you. And if you still have any doubts in this, you can ask me. I'll help you out. Okay.